We get murder, we get alcohol. Nobody's doing nothing about it.
I wish there was something I could do to help her.
I don't want other mothers to go through this.
This country needs bridge builders.
Don't be afraid to reach out to someone who might not believe exactly like you believe.
And that's just a few seconds. This is so powerful. As many of you know, politically, racially, this past year, America has felt more divided than ever. But this documentary, it's called The Reunited States, is hoping to change all of that. And this morning, we have the filmmaker, Ben Rekhi, joining us, and Susan Bro as well. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Netta.
Now, Susan, I want to start with you because we see a clip of you in that piece. And, you know, your daughter, Heather Heyer, she died when a car hit her during a counter protest. And this documentary shares your story. Tell us all about this.
It's been an interesting journey the last few years, going on 4 years since her murder. And what the point of me participating in this film is to reach out to people so that we can catch them before they get to the extremes, as so many were and the Unite the Right rally in 2017. But let's get to people and talk to people and make connections with people so we don't have that sort of violence, so that we don't have that sort of hatred and anger and frustration. And we've seen that boil out time and time again in our country in the years since then. That, you know, that was not the beginning of hate, nor is it the end of hate. But we can put an end to hate by reaching out to one another.
And Susan, I just want to say I'm so sorry for your loss. And you have been very outspoken since then. In fact, you know, in parts of the clip from the documentary, you say a white girl had to die for people to care. You've said this at several rallies as well. Tell us about that important message there.
Unfortunately, people often only respond to a crisis when the person looks like them. So we have tolerated Black people and brown people dying for centuries, and frankly have only given it a cursory glance for the most part. And we're past that now. Let's move past that. I was very heartened to see much more public participation as other murders came to light in 2019 and 2020. And I hope that people continue to stay involved in counteracting hate. We have to work together to stop the hate. We have to work together to make the world a better place for all of us, not just some of us.
Mm-hmm. Ben, let's bring you in now. You know, you're the filmmaker behind this. What are you hoping people gain from this documentary?
You know, the Reunited States is really following the everyday Americans that are on this difficult journey of trying to bridge our divides. I think, you know, there's a realization that we can't live with this hostility anymore. It's affecting all of us, like our friendships, our family relationships, our coworkers, and really the future of this country. We're at this turning point in our history where we all need to recognize our role in this. Are we going to be dividers, or are we going to be uniters? And that's really what this film is about. You know, media has been part of the problem of dividing us, but it can also be part of what brings us back together. You know, the loudest voices in the room have gotten the most attention, and that's on the extreme wings of the party. But the vast majority of this country wants to move past this and wants to find a path forward. They just don't know what to do. And we really hope that this documentary can be a part of that by shining a light on just normal people. This isn't about only our elected officials solving these problems for us. We have to also be a part of this. And if there's one idea that we hope people take away, it's the idea that everyone has a role to play in finding a path forward. And so folks can go to the website, reunitedstates.tv. There's a bunch of resources there of how to talk politics with friends and family. Mm-hmm. And there's a premiere coming up that everyone can sign up for on the website. So it's a movement.
And Ben, this, you know, you started filming this and then COVID hit. That's an interesting part to filmmaking, I'm sure. How did that impact you?
You know, it was a blessing actually looking back, because we realized that the collective mood of the country was shifting, and, you know, we're all in isolation and we're all separated from each other. And that shouldn't be underestimated, how much anxiety that gives us. We're social animals and creatures. And so it allowed us to pivot in the edit and really speak to people's hearts. This isn't like an academic exercise. This is a heart movement that needs to happen. And we're living in extraordinary times. I mean, a divisive election, a insurrection, and impeachment, and inauguration, and that's just in 90 days. I mean, we have to really forgive ourselves for the stress that we're under, and see the other humanity in people. Because if there's one thing that connects us, it's pain, and that's a starting place. That's common ground right there.
Ben and Susan, I know our time is up, and we could talk to you much longer, but thank you for your time this morning. The Reunited States is out today.
Thanks, Netta.
Thank you so much.